Tell you about a Canadian mission of hope to India. It all started with a teen who wanted to do something about children with HIV and AIDS. Now he's just back from leading a team of young Canadians to India. We'll hear from him just ahead on CBC News Morning. HIV and AIDS are not talked about enough in India. A group of young Canadians is out to change that. 5 members of the Children's AIDS Health Program have just returned from southern India's Tamil Nadu region. They spent 3 weeks there organizing workshops with children affected by HIV. And joining me now are Shaman Mohammed Jr., the founder of the Children's AIDS Health Program, and with him is Melissa Shee, who coordinated this trip to India. I'm so glad you're back safely. I want to know everything you learned about. So, Shaman, let me start with you and tell me what your impressions were when you arrived there.
Well, when we arrived in India, first, it's a big culture shock to see that you go from Toronto, where it's already so organized and some parts are so civilized, and then you go to India and everyone is rushing and it's so confusing and people are everywhere. I would say that was one of the first things that I saw when I went on sides, was just the whole massacre of all these things happening all at the same time.
And when it came to dealing and talking about HIV and AIDS, what was the difference?
With HIV and AIDS, talking about the topic is a bit different because of the whole environment. Students in India are used to the lecture method, where students sit in rows and get lectured to and they're asked to stand up. But the difference with what we did is we went in there, we got groups to be interactive, to work together, to express their opinions, so that would be a point of view.
Melissa, you organized this trip and it must have been hundreds of hours of work for you. Why did you choose India in particular?
We chose India just because we feel that more attention does need to be paid towards India. A lot of people view AIDS as an African disease, and we found that because we went to Africa, South Africa last year, that people found that we believed that it was an African disease. So we wanted to broaden our scope, go to India, and also we wanted to bring more attention to youth in India and how youth are being affected by AIDS.
I know you've got some pictures, and we've got a few of them, so let's have a look at those, and perhaps you could explain to me some of what you were saying about how you dealt with the children there. Melissa, what are we looking at here?
So here we're at an orphanage, and we're conducting one of our workshops. This is near the beginning. Our workshops are meant to be very interactive, so here we're trying to get to know the children a little bit more. We've just asked her what she loves about India, just to get a little bit more information about her.
And here, Shaman?
In the second picture, this is part of our workshops of opening the idea of allowing Indian youth the opinion to ask questions that are not normally answered by older adults. So, for example, talking about HIV and AIDS, there was common questions like, can I get HIV from a mosquito bite? Can I get HIV from sharing a water bottle?
Is it sort of taboo to talk about this in India?
It is, but in some areas it is. But thanks to the support of some of the organizers and like principals and headmasters at schools and areas, they are very accepting. For example, some of the religious areas have allowed condom distribution and discussions about it.
Melissa, you talked, or Shaman was talking about getting children involved and using play for passing information. What are we looking at here?
So here the children are making bracelets. So we try to promote the use of arts as much as possible to promote expression and just their creativity. So actually our program is sponsored by Dare Arts, who is an arts foundation, and they helped a lot with our mission.
And arts is an important way of expressing. It allows a youth to express their creativity, express their way of self-expression. And a lot of people in the public don't see arts as an important value, but it's the key to spread information, to learn about HIV and AIDS, and to learn about it amongst the younger group.
What did you come away with? Let me ask you, you went with a goal. Can you tell me about what you accomplished there, Shaman?
Well, when we went to India, one of the things that we accomplished was definitely, it was a big learning experience for myself personally. I can speak on my behalf that it definitely impacted the way how I had the impression of India and about youth. Youth there have a lot of potential. They have so much to learn from and so much to gain from. And then to know a whole bunch of new statistics about the country, that less than 5% of children who need AIDS medication are not receiving it, and half of those children will be dying before their second birthday. So it's really sad to know a lot of these things and to take it away and know, hey, we're back in Canada, let's do something about it.
You know what? It's very good to talk to you. I hope you inspire other young Canadians with your work there. Thank you so much, Shaman Mohammed Jr. and Melissa Shee, joining us here in studio. And remember that we would like to hear from you. So let us know what you think about the news of the day or anything you see on our program. Our address is CBC News Morning at cbc.ca.